about this, Kettering? Any other lawyers or anything? Did any interviews or anything? No?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think we have either.
They're out of town lawyers.
Yeah, I think there are a few, like, out-of-state lawyers that filed suit like 30 seconds after they heard that there was a breach.
Yeah, this is Curtis on too. Yep. Should get you guys here, guys. Awesome. Thank you.
Let's get started, shut that door so we don't have any distraction.
Yeah.
You can be in here, I don't care.
Yeah, you come in. Just close the. You know, guys, like I said, if we say something that doesn't make sense or, cut and paste, make us look good. Yep.
So I'll start out with the initial statement. I'm Richard Schulte, and to my right, you know Michael Wright. Our law firm has decided to get involved in prosecuting a case against Kettering Health System. We've been moved by citizens that are patients of that system. We're being contacted every 5 minutes with requests for representation. We currently represent hundreds of patients. Most of the media and the focus of Kettering has been on data and confidential financial information and what's happened to it. We're motivated to help the people. These people need instruction and continuity care and a plan from the Kettering Health System, and they're not getting it. Most of the hundreds of clients that we represent have been denied medical care or their medical care is delayed. The type of medical care that we're talking about is everyone from a broken ankle that can't get their physical therapy because they can't access an x-ray. To the other end of the spectrum, we have clients who are stage 3 and 4 cancer patients who can't get cancer treatment, who've had to start all over. They had to have all their diagnostic tests run at a separate medical facility. And many of those patients are being told by their health providers that they can't go anywhere except the Kettering Health Network. And what we've learned is Kettering has been focused on their data breach and says over and over that they say over and over that there's a small amount of data that's been released. And they try to minimize what's going on. They're not talking about what's happening to their patients. They're being harmed. So it was 3 weeks that they went with no access to their care, and now they don't have, let me rephrase that, cut that one. It's been 3 weeks that they went without access to their medical records, and now they're only getting partial access. And that's not enough to access proper health care for the serious conditions they're under. And I'll pause there and see if there's any questions that you have.
And in addition to what Attorney Schulte indicated, patients are contacting us not knowing what to do next. They are trying to finish their treatment. They're going to other facilities and they're being denied by other facilities because, one, their health care, their health insurance will not follow them to other facilities. So it's almost like they are being held hostage by Kettering Health Network. We are getting calls daily, hourly, asking what to do. They are trying to access their medical records. They can't. There have been some individuals that have tried to access their medical records, but then have been sent a waiver saying that they can't bring any action against Kettering Health if they access their medical records. So they don't know what to do. So that's why we are getting involved. We're trying to help the people of this community and the people that are basically being harmed by Kettering Health Network.
Think about that for a second. They're being denied health care, and the MyChart, the system they use to access their medical records, is sending them out a waiver, tell them to release all their legal claims so they can get access to their medical records so they can get medical care. Is that really their fault? So, I don't know.
Okay.
You guys got some questions?
Yeah. Well,
You
there's
said
some questions.
hundreds of people have reached out to you guys at this point. How many people?
And we have
are-
hundreds of clients.
How many people do you have?
It's
an
over
exact number?
200 as of yesterday morning. And
And
we're trying to vet through them. They literally are contacting us every 5 to 10 minutes. And Mike was showing us emails. Those are all contacts from clients just since we've been sitting here.
yeah, they're constantly contacting us because they don't know what to do. You know, they're scared. They are going through treatment. They don't know whether or not they can leave and go somewhere else because, again, their health insurance is not following them to new places. And in addition, when I have clients that have gone to new facilities and they can't get the records from Kettering. Kettering has not been answering the telephone. For instance, have a client that left Kettering and went to the James. The Kettering has not picked up the phone. Kettering has not allowed the James access to this person's medical records, and this is a cancer patient.
It's a
And
good point. It's not just the medical records, a failure to communicate. They got nobody to talk to, and they're in one of the most difficult times of their life, if not the most. So one thing I'd like to say to all of you is that the legal system is not the best remedy for this situation. It's Kettering's conduct. They need to change what they're doing. They need a plan that provides continuity care for their patients, and they need to communicate with them properly. This is a task of last resort for the people that have hired us. They'd rather have Kettering step forward and make sure that they're getting the right medical professionals timely and get them their medical records.
additionally, Kettering hasn't reached out to everyone. There are clients that are contacting us that have not heard anything from Kettering. They can't get into MyChart. No one's answering the phones. They just don't know what's going on and what to do. So they're reaching out. And again, as Attorney Schulte indicated, it's folks that need physical therapy. It's folks that need their prescriptions filled, and it's folks that are going through, chemotherapy for advanced stages of cancer. So it's really pretty sad what's happening to a lot of these folks that are reaching out to us because they don't have a remedy at this point, and they do not have any information to be able to move forward. So that's why we're getting involved. We're trying to help these folks, and we're trying to make sure that Kettering does the right thing, that Kettering helps these folks get the treatment that they need, and that they are also held responsible for, allowing this to happen. Ultimately, it is Kettering's fault that, this information was breached, that these patients can't get the care that they need, and they're going to be held responsible.
Seems like this is much more focused on the lack of communication and access to healthcare than just the overall breach of information that this started as.
So there's two different things there. Okay. They have a duty to communicate the nature of the breach, the type of data that was breached, and what happened to it. They haven't done that. And when there's a data breach, that's a common thing. Okay? That can happen. But there's an appropriate response, and they have not communicated to their patients in the right way with the right information. That's the first thing. The most important thing and the most pressing thing is These are medical patients that are getting denied and delayed care, and they have no plan to deal with it. Okay? You at least have somebody pick up the phone. Okay? Let's start there. These are people that may die sooner or die as a result of what took place. Okay? We're not talking about some data and some financial harm from data. We're talking about health and life. And it's that real. So they need to focus on the right things here, and they're not focused on them, and we're going to hold them accountable.
So have lawsuits been filed, and specifically what exactly are the patients seeking with your help, if that makes sense?
Yeah. The first lawsuit we filed is a class action to hold them responsible for the data breach. Our investigation is ongoing. We intend to hold Kettering responsible for the harm that they've caused these patients from a medical perspective.
Do you have any indication how many patients were affected and what type of information was breached?
The second part of your question, we don't know, because we just told you we don't know, and Kettering hasn't notified them properly. I can tell you over half of the first 200 clients we signed up involved delayed and denied medical care, if that helps.
Do you guys have any kind of timeline? Like you said, it's time sensitive. These people need their care. They need their help. Like, is there anything you guys can do to like fast track these some instant care?
All we can do, as lawyers, we're not in a position to make healthcare decisions. Kettering is. They need to step up and have a plan concerning the coordination of care immediately.
I would think the first step is to contact all those individuals that have been affected. But candidly, we believe that they don't know all the individuals that have been affected because their medical records are not necessarily available. But as Attorney Schulte indicated, we have to make sure that, those folks are contacted, that the medical plan is put in place such that they can continue their treatment. Because this is a life and death situation for many individuals that are being treated at Kettering Health.
Is there anything that the people that signed that waiver you guys spoke of, is there anything they can do, or since they signed that, they're just kind of SOL?
We're still evaluating the waiver. It has to do with MyChart. We just found it despicable that MyChart would have them sign a waiver of any legal rights concerning data breach when they're trying to get medical records after a data breach. It's just not the right thing to do. And those agreements, we think they're unconscionable from a legal perspective, and we think it's just offensive from a personal perspective that they would have someone sign a boilerplate agreement like that to get access to what little records are there. The records aren't even there. This just get partial records. So I hope that answered your question.
I know we talked a little bit before this about receiving some tips of some former patients getting calls saying, hey, we have your information, pay us the X amount of money or this will get released. Have you guys gotten any indication that that's the case with the clients you've talked to?
We've heard some of that, and they're scared. Our patients are scared. Patients trust their doctors and their medical system, and to have something like this happen is shaking their trust. And so they're very concerned about their financial information and their medical records being used in a bad way. Right now, their focus is on getting medical care they can't get. The system's already difficult enough to try to access care in our country. So this is a situation where Kettering needs to put the right resources forward. They haven't. They need to be held responsible for what they've done so far, but they need to get it right from this point moving forward.
Is there anything that these patients, clients could have done to help cushion some of the blow to this?
Unless you work for Kettering Health, I kind of doubt it.
So have you talked to anybody from Kettering on behalf of your clients, or are you not getting through either?
I'd like to say they won't pick up the phone. I think we'll keep the attorney communications confidential for purposes of this. Any other questions?
Is there a way for people to reach out to you, like if they see this and they want to join, what should they do? Because you said you're getting like every 5 minutes, like hundreds of people contacting you.
Yeah, they should contact our office. They can call 222-7477 or 435-7500 and reach out to us, and we should be able to help them.
We have the bandwidth to represent thousands of clients. We do it on a routine basis. We're going to be here to help the people the best we can. It's a lot of work, but we're ready for the fight.
So what's next after this?
We're hoping by putting continued pressure on Kettering, they're going to step forward and focus on patient care in the immediate future and getting the patient's data back, whether or not they're willing to pay for it and pay a ransom. Get the data back. They deserve it. We're still investigating, but we're concerned that Kettering has put profits before people. It's clear to me their focus has been on data breach. And that's putting their concerns about things other than patient health care first. And that's just the way it is. Okay,
Anything else? Good?
all I got.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you all for coming
Yeah, we
out.
appreciate you guys covering this. You're gonna help these folks by doing it. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys
Yeah.
being available.
This story needs to be out there.
You have patients who are willing to speak, or do they?
Yeah, who should we have be point on that?
Yeah, we'll
Jalen, or who should we?
just leave your information, and we'll make
Yeah,
sure that we
We'll
get-
coordinate for you so you guys can talk to the patient. We'll probably want an attorney there, overseeing it. We have some people that wanna speak, and, we only want to speak today, but they're getting cancer treatment. They got in at Ohio State for the first day, since the data breach. So, okay.
Thank you, guys.
We have copies of the lawsuit if you want it. Probably put you to sleep if you read it.
I'll take one.
Okay. Appreciate you guys.